Put it on the rolls. They just.
They need to clean all the windows too. But for saying that, I know I gotta go.
Yeah, we gonna let
asked us to pray for you. We're gonna get that
Yeah.
prayed.
Okay. All right. Got it. Ready to go too?
And we're gonna say the Lord's real name. Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai. So just our praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So that's just like saying God in the name. Just pray that you open the sisters, man. Heal her, heal her family. Just let her continue to learn, Bob. Learn this. Like she said, together they live about His word. They ain't got nothing to do with us. None of us. It's all about us just pushing the word out. The word will do the job. So, whatever that she might be going through, any imbalances in her marriage, just heal her, Father, strengthen her.
Talk to him. Okay? Thank you.
Which one it is? Because I'm going to tell them to come over here.
You want to see who it is?
Which one was it?
That's my family. Like this.
Right. Nah, yeah. Yeah, it's two of them. You keep reading, huh?
For me, you know.
You. Wow, know the land of Israelite land.
But you know, it's wonderful how the Most High works. You know, because believe by His Spirit, that His Spirit take root today. But earlier today, I was in a conversation with 3 gentlemen about us Israelites not being African American. I went into a lot of the same things that we went into with the lady today. You know, giving about our history, how they have whitewashed our history, how they have whitewashed our history, and how they have, you know, just distorted everything. And the Most High is bringing us back to our true heritage. So, you know, it's amazing when somebody comes up and, you know, they have voices and we're able to enlighten them and they're able to see, you know, the true and the atrocities that have been done to our people. Maccabees chapter 1, verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
I won't go right there. So, I won't get on and take them to the next spot. We just stay here and just get ready to close out.
Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
So I said Antiochus had been a hostage in Rome, man. So the Romans and the Greeks was beefing, man. You Edomites always been beefing against each other, man. That's what World War I and World War II was all about, man. The devil's always been beefing with each other, man. For the power seat. Go ahead, huh?
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Right. So this part of how we got led us into the captivity, man. But the Lord said, if we don't diligently seek Him, He gonna bring the curse upon us. He told us don't make no covenants with them, man. Go ahead.
But since we have departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Right. But this how people mind frame today. This is why a lot of our people don't want to come into the truth today, man. Because when you come to the truth, what the scripture say, with much wisdom, with much sorrow. Right. Go ahead. Then everybody gonna look at you differently. You know, you might lose, so you might lose your job, your woman, ain't no telling, man.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise in Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen.
Right, so this what they say, made themselves uncircumcised. It's talking about physically and spiritually, man. Physically and spiritually. So this is where you get the Gentiles from in the New Testament. This is where you get the Grecians from in Acts the 6th chapter. Paul said there's no difference between Jew and Greek. That's all he was talking about. He was talking about our people who had been Hellenized. Now they accept Yahushua. They come back and start keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability. There ain't no difference between this Jew who already did this Israelite who knew he was a Jew. This one who won. That's what this was all about. So this is how people became Hellenized right here. So, and this is why we confused about the Greeks and the Gentiles in the New Testament, because this book was taken out. Go ahead, huh?
And were sold to do mischief.
Sold to do mischief. Go ahead.
Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of 2 realms.
Right.
Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude.
You see, this Daniel 11th chapter right there, what this going into. Go ahead.
I'm good. I know I'm trying to stay so you can hear me. But I'm good. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy.
Right, because you had the land of Ptolemy, and you had the land of Seleucus warring with each other, man. Which Ptolemy was on top for all those years, man. Which this led into this how, what did Ptolemy tell Ptolemy had made a deal with some of our people, told him come move to Egypt. You know, I'm gonna make life better for you. You know, and this how the Septuagint came about. So you had the land of just like how, because what he read earlier in the verse was that Alexander died, and his men put crowns upon their head and their sons after them. So you had the land of Seleucus and the land of Ptolemy that was warring with each other the whole time over the power who was gonna control Egypt and our holy land, man. Because you got Egypt and Israel right there with each, right there beside each other, man. You got Egypt running like southeast of on Jerusalem, man. And then Israel right there. Go ahead, bro.
And made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt.
Right.
But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land.
So this going into, that's what we say, you never understand Daniel 11 chapter, Daniel 7 and 8 chapter without this. Go ahead.
And after that, Antiochus had spent in Egypt. He returned again in the 143rd year and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary and took away the golden altar and the candlesticks of light
and all the vessels of that thereof.
Right. So go ahead. Shalom, bro. He say shalom.
Yeah. And the table of the showbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off.
Right. So even in the Daniel 11th chapter, when it's talking about that abomination of desolation being set up, keep reading in this book. It's gonna go into that. So this proves that the Apocrypha was part of the scriptures, man. You go ahead, huh? You wanna go back to this, huh? Where you stop at? Oh yeah, we wanna go back and put that. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, real Lord.
He also took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre, and spoken very proudly.
So just like what we read in Joel, what did it say? What did it say in Joel? The same people done it again. What it said? Children of Judah, and you sold them to the priests from their land. Then it say, took my gold, my silver, and my precious stone, took it into their own temple. Go ahead, bro.
Therefore there was a great mourning in Israel in every place where they were, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed.
Right.
Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaven.
Because see, you gotta understand something. They weren't able to take us fully down, man, until they done it 77 before AD. They ran us out of there, man. We fled. But they finally got us. They finally got the whole 12 tribes in subjection during the Renaissance period. Man. That's when they finally got us. That's why they called it rebirth. They like we got them now, man. They plot the whole time right here, from the Greeks to the Romans. But it wasn't our time. It wasn't Deuteronomy 28 time to fulfill itself yet. It wasn't Joel the 3rd chapter time to fulfill itself yet. But it fulfilled itself during the Renaissance period.
The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion.
Right.
And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah.
So it says he sent his chief collector of tribute to the cities of Judah. So it started with the Greeks and then the Romans. So who was the guy that at that time, was it Caesar? I forget. We called up the census during the time when Yahushua was born. But just to make the point, okay, they taxing us. So even when the Romans hit, that's why it went from the Greeks empire. Then it went to it had something called the Greco-Roman Empire, man. So you had the two kingdoms merged together, but they was all Edomites, man. The Greeks was their first kingdom. So that's why Joel the 3rd chapter said the Grecians sold them to the Grecians. But guess what? What does 1 Maccabees the 5th chapter say? It said Idumea. Go ahead. So even though it was saying Greeks right here, when you read on in the chapter, it let you know who it was actually talking about. Idumea, you Edomites. Go ahead.
And the land was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector to tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came into Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them.
But just to make another point, just like it said, they went out wicked men from Israel who made covenants with the heathen. See, all this started with the Greeks, but then the Romans just took it from the Greeks, man. So this is why you had those Pharisees, those Sadducees, the wicked Pharisees, the Sadducees that was in the palace seats. All this started during this time right here, man. It just kept rolling and rolling. So you read 1 Maccabees, 2nd Maccabees, you'll get to the point where you had them different priests that started buying their position. Go ahead,
but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore.
All right, so Antiochus tricked him. He came, speaking peace, but he used that to attack. Did he do that to these people right here? And guess what happened when the white man showed you the same people? To the Native Americans, the Hispanics, and the Latinos, he spoke peace to them. But war was in his heart. Get that out. Psalms 50 and 20.
And destroyed much people of Israel.
Right.
And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire,
Right.
and poured down the house and walls thereof on every side.
Did the white man do this? The Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans? Showing you these were the same people, man. The Edomites, the Idumeans, man. The Romans, the Greeks, they the same people as they the wicked descendants of Esau. They the Edomites according to the Bible. But you will see Greek in there. You will see Idumea. Idumea, the Greek way of saying Edom. Go ahead.
And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and poured down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive and possessed the cattle. Then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them.
Go ahead. I'll finish that. That's the end of that verse. Read that verse again.
Then they
Read that verse again where it says with deceit above that, and then he attacked them. With deceit, he spoke peaceably unto them.
verse 30, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit.
Right.
But when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of
And
Israel.
that happened during the time of the Romans too, man. Because even though you had the wicked Sadducees and the Pharisees, some of them were wicked that had sold out to the Romans. When they came to destroy Jerusalem, they didn't pity y'all. They ran y'all out of there too. Go ahead,
Me or him? Okay, this is Psalms 55 and 20. He had put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him.
Who is this talking about? He put forth his hand as such that be at peace with him. Who got the track record for doing this? Go ahead.
He had broken his covenant.
Who broke his covenant? Every how many covenants he made? What they call it? Covenants he made with the Native Americans? Treaties.
He broke them
broke
all.
every treaty he made with them, man. Go ahead.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter,
See, the words of his mouth was smoother than butter. Go ahead.
but war was in his heart.
War was in his heart. That was Columbus where he came over here like his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His whole mind frame was plotting how to take these people down, man. Go ahead.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword.
Right, and that's the white man. He operate like that today. Let me bring up my democracy to you, man. We just want to bring peace, but war in his heart the whole time. Even we come around to your neighborhoods, war is in. He speak peaceably. But guess what? War is in his heart. Go ahead.
Cast thy burdens upon the Lord.
So this is we telling our people: cast your burdens upon the Lord. Know who your enemy is. Understand who your enemies are. Go ahead.
And he shall sustain thee.
He gonna sustain you. Stop running to the white man for justice and help. The Lord gonna sustain us, man. Go ahead.
He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved.
He ain't gonna suffer. That's why we still here, man. Even though we went through all this hell and turmoil, we still here. And now we calling this devil out for everything he done. You gonna start right there?
No, I got one more. It said, but thou, O God, O Yahweh, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction.
He gonna bring them down to the pit of destruction. All y'all going into slavery. We gonna end it with this.
Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days,
Right. Y'all ain't gonna live out half y'all days. Go ahead.
but I will trust in thee.
Right. But we gonna trust in the Lord, man. So with that, man, you know, had the sisters come out. This you see was good there 2 whole hours. You know, so hey, it is what it is, man. This word do like what it say, the word of the Lord ain't gonna go out forward, man. Scripture tell us just prophesy to the wind. And the word gonna go out. Because even when you prophesy the word, the word spirit and wind, it's the same definition right there. Rakah. Wind, spirit, breath, it's the same thing, man.
And the Lord gave Adam that breath of life.
Come. Close that, brother. go from there.
And with that, we're going to close it out. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadas.
We give honor to the elders and apostles and brothers out there that taught us this word, and salutations to you elect Akim, Akwa, brothers, sisters, and children out there that's pushing this word and keeping this word to sincerity and to the best of your ability. Just endure it to the end, because we almost out of here. Shalom.
Shalom, that's all.